Piano Man Ryan Coogler is on a roll. Come on, baby. Get that Oscar.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This is a good film. It deserves all the awards. Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. Teach Film Preach. If you're a lover of films like I am, and if you love to learn from films as much as I do, then you are in the right place. And if you feel like you're in the right place, consider clicking like down below and subscribe to my channel. That'd be amazing. I got a bunch more films coming out this week, and I'm gonna be moving into my award season, my Oscar playlist. Today we are talking about the 2021 biopic film, Judas and the Black Messiah. This is a film set in the 1960s, and it's about Fred Hampton, who is the chairman of the Black Panther Party of Chicago, Illinois, and Bill O'Neill, who is a criminal that is caught and is going to go to jail. Roy Mitchell recruits Bill O'Neill to infiltrate to keep him out of jail, to serve as an informant for the FBI.
Are you a cop? I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop.
To report on dealings of Fred Hampton and the Black Panther Party as the government and the FBI and J. Edgar Hoover, and they are trying to stop them from getting power. This film is a biopic for sure. It's got some of those tropes of a true story biopic films, but it is executed so well, it doesn't really matter. First of all, the acting is top-notch. Daniel Kaluuya is going to win Best Supporting Actor for the Academy Awards. If he doesn't, I don't know. I wouldn't really give it to anyone else in that category. Lakeith Stanfield is leading actor. I can't believe that they put Lakeith Stanfield and Daniel Kaluuya in the same category as supporting actors. Is not in the right category here. What are the Oscars doing? What are you doing?
This is madness.
Oscars! Regardless, Daniel Kaluuya won the Golden Globe for this part, and I had no doubt in my mind he was going to, and I have no doubt in my mind he is going to win Best Supporting Actor.
Deputy Chairman Fred Hampton of the Illinois Black Panther Party.
He is so fully immersed as Fred Hampton. He has transformed his look. He put on a bunch of weight. He does an American accent so well. He doesn't even seem British in the slightest. Is just a chameleon. He just morphs and changes and just becomes these characters, and he's so good at it. Not to say that Lakeith Stanfield isn't great in his role. He is. You really get to feel the tense, the stress, the anxiety, the paranoia that Bill O'Neill feels as he's infiltrating the Black Panther Party, knowing that at any moment they could find out and he could be killed. Also, he's having to report to the FBI, and he's playing this middleman between Black Panther Party and the law. And at times you feel really sad for him. Yes, he is the guy who is infiltrating and who is going to betray Fred Hampton, but he really gets played, and this is the true story. So I really do feel for these two main characters. Absolute tragedy, how they were used against each other, how they were used with the government and the Black Panther Party. At first, I was kind of like, yeah, like you guys are pretty violent. When I step and look into the shoes of these African-American men and really see their struggle, and for me, I was like, man, if I was oppressed by a government or group of people the way that they were, I would get up and do something about it as well.
Hey! A revolutionary! Hey! A revolutionary! Hey! A revolutionary!
Really sympathize and empathize with both of these characters. Does some scary things every so often, but overall, you know that they're fighting for what is right. They're fighting for their human rights. They're fighting for their lives in often cases. And these two actors really show extremely well their plight and struggle. How much of this is actually true with the FBI and stuff? Because, man, they should not be promoting J. Edgar Hoover. The cast is out of this world. The direction is amazing. Shaka is nominated for Best Picture, Best Original Screenplay, and I really hope that he gets something. This is probably the first movie of his I've seen, so to me, he exploded onto the scene. And had a statement to say and came in guns blazing. And so he does a great job directing this movie. He has such amazing balance. He's able to do like little beats, little moments of suspense and tension and little moments of crime and drama, little moments of comedy and levity, little moments of action and violence, and he kind of concocts this great story that is a biopic, but it doesn't feel like a biopic. It feels something a little different. It's executed differently. Like, for example, when they do the action scenes, when they do the shootouts and the police are shooting at the Black Panthers, it feels like an action movie. It feels like a really visceral, extremely scary scene. Then they have these moments of just pure stillness and actors who are looking at each other and falling in love, like Daniel Kaluuya and Dominic Fishback. Or you get put inside a really tension-filled scene with Keith Stanfield infiltrating the Black Panther Party, and when he pulls out and he starts laughing in the car as he's backing up, and he's like, ha ha! You see and you feel his manic behavior. You understand where he's coming from. You feel for him. These performances are great, and it was shown beautifully, directed, written by Shaka King. And I can't wait to see what he does next. Ryan Coogler, Black Panther, Creed, Fruitvale Station. Wow, I mean, this is a director, a producer, a writer to really watch for. I'm so happy that he produced this film. I know he tells really strong stories and he's passionate about them, and I love that. I love anyone who's passionate about art or filmmaking or whatever their hobby or their passion is, and if they do it with conviction and with power and love at a clip pace. By the halfway point of this film, I was like, holy man, I can't believe I'm halfway through this. I was so invested in the story from the get-go. Captures us into Bill O'Neill's situation and where he's at and his struggle. Then you go into him infiltrating the Black Panther Party and meeting Fred Hampton, this larger-than-life sort of status person that was really ascending to fame in the Black Panther Party, all the way to the fallout, which is tragic and horrible and such an amazing, compelling story. Some of the shots in this film are stunning and gorgeous. I was so shocked at how well this movie shown, and the camera work that they do, the transitions between the scenes, the way that they pull in on certain situations and linger on moments. Is shot as the cinematographer, and I know he's nominated for an Academy Award. Very deserving. This movie was about betrayal and loyalty, but it was also about fear and protest and identity and just all these great, really human traits and human themes. I had a great time watching it. Even though it's tragic and sad, it also is really hopeful and uplifting in some ways. It is very sobering at times. It's pretty shocking that this stuff still happens in our world to this day. And this movie really makes the audience feel that, and probably one of the reasons why this movie is so well done. Earlier this year, I reviewed a movie called Trial of Chicago 7, which I claimed was my favorite film of 2020. I'll still stand behind that.
Alrighty then.
But I have to say, if I had seen Judas and the Last Messiah last year in 2020, this would have edged out Trial of the Chicago 7 for sure. The way that they chose this biopic and they executed it, I actually like this film a lot better. This is a film that I feel totally great with coming back and rewatching. And a lot of these really heavy-hitting dramas and Oscar-nominated films, I usually only watch once and I'm good because they're so heavy or the subject matter. For example, 12 Years as a Slave. I've seen that movie once. That's enough for my lifetime. Not because it's not an amazing film, just the subject matter and the stuff that they talk about and show, it's so hard to get through. To me, there really isn't too much of a weak moment in this film. And that's why I'm gonna give Judas and the Black Messiah an A. The thing for me that pushes movies into an A+ category, top of the class, is because they usually are so rewatchable. For example, Jurassic Park, Inception, The Godfather Part 2. Those are all A+ movies. Those are all films that are so iconic and they're so rewatchable and they're just sort of the cinematic zeitgeist. That's maybe where Judas and the Last Messiah doesn't quite get into that category for me. Besides, that is the only reason. So what did you guys think about Judas and the Black Messiah? Were you in love with it as much as I was, or did you think it was sort of only okay. Let me know down below in the comments, and subscribe and like as well as per usual. That would be amazing, as I'm trying to reach that goal by the end of this year, and you guys can help out with a single little click. I hope you had a great time. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the spring weather. Come back for more Mr. Teach Film Preach, and as always, let's get taught.